City of Kent started this neighborhood council program, and one of the ladies that lives in our neighborhood knew Toni, was asking, you know, if anybody was interested in doing this kind of stuff, and so we've gotten a response. We put together a board, I guess you'd call us, of some of the neighborhood members, and of which I'm a co-chairperson.
You like?
Yeah, looks great.
We got the neighborhood to come to our meetings and we discussed projects that we wanted to do. One of the first projects that we did was the fence up here, and that really, we got a lot of cooperation from the neighbors from that. You know, we had upwards of 40, 50 people working on that fence. It was always getting tagged, and kids were tearing boards out of it and throwing rocks at the houses and stuff like that. And we just decided, you know, we need to take a little more control of what goes on in our neighborhood, and I think it's helped do that. You know, a lot of people are more willing now to call the police and, you know, say, hey, there's a car parked in front of my house, and, you know, things like that. Then this was our second project, doing the signs for our neighborhood. The signs that we had were pretty deteriorated, and so we came up with this as our second year in the program. And you know, everybody, you know, when they see us out here working, they wave at us and honk, say good job, and all this kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool. Before, you know, we all lived in here, but we didn't really know each other. You know, we'd wave at each other and stuff like that. But now, you know, we know who's in the neighborhood, and we know whether or not they should be there, and you know, we greet each other on the street and say hi, how you doing, and how your kids, and all that kind of stuff. Whereas before, you know, we were in here for like 12 years before we actually knew some of our neighbors, you know. So it helped bring us together that way. So. We're getting a new park. We got a grant from a foundation called Kaboom, and they have this program where you solicit them for your ideas on a park or what parks need to be rebuilt. They find funders for it, and they bring in volunteers and equipment and stuff like that, and we get to pick out the design of the playground equipment. We get together on National Night Out. We have an Easter egg hunt for 2 years now in our park. A lot of the kids that actually use our park don't live in the Tudor Square. They live in the neighborhood that's just north of us. And so we're hoping that by showing them, you know, what we're getting done, that maybe they'll be interested in joining the neighborhood program as well.
For more information about the Kent Neighborhood Program, contact Toni Azzola at 253-856-5708 or on the web at kentneighborhoodprogram.com.